Have you ever found yourself in that tight spot? You know, the one where an unexpected expense pops up, or maybe you're looking to grab a limited time opportunity, but your bank account is playing hard to get? You're weighing your options, thinking, a loan could really help right now, but where do I even start? It's a question that plagues so many of us, the quest for quick, reliable financial assistance. We're all familiar with the traditional route, the endless paperwork, the long wait times, the feeling of being just another number. In today's fast-paced world, we need solutions that are as agile as we are, and that's where platforms like Lenme come into play. Think about it. We're used to instant information, instant communication, instant everything. So, why should accessing financial help be any different? The old system is clunky, slow, and frankly, a bit intimidating. That's why platforms designed for peer-to-peer lending, like Lenme, are gaining traction. They're built on the premise of connecting borrowers directly with lenders, cutting out the traditional middleman, and potentially offering better terms and faster processing. But as with any financial transaction, there's a process, and that process starts with understanding what information is required. Today, we're going to dive deep into that, breaking down the essentials you need to know before hitting that Apply button on Lenme. Before we jump into the nitty-gritty, let's set the stage. Lenme, in its essence, is a platform that facilitates loans between individuals. This means you're not dealing with a large, faceless institution, but rather with real people who are looking to invest their funds. This peer-to-peer model can often lead to more flexible terms and faster approval times, but it also means that transparency and trust are paramount. Think of it as a digital handshake where both parties need to feel secure and informed. And that security and information starts with the information you, the borrower, provide. So, what exactly are these lenders looking for? What information do you need to have ready to streamline your loan request? Let's break it down into key categories, starting with the most fundamental aspect, your personal identification. First and foremost, you'll need to verify your identity. This is a non-negotiable step in any legitimate lending process, designed to protect both you and the lenders from fraud. This typically involves providing your full legal name, your current residential address, and your date of birth. You'll also likely need to upload a government-issued identification document, such as a driver's license or a passport. These documents serve as proof of your identity and residency, ensuring that you are who you say you are. Next, let's talk about your financial background. Lenders need to assess your creditworthiness, which means they'll be looking at your financial history. This involves providing your social security number, or equivalent, depending on your location, which allows Lenme to access your credit report. Your credit report is a detailed record of your borrowing and repayment history, providing a snapshot of your financial responsibility. Lenders use this information to gauge your ability to repay the loan. Now, don't panic if your credit history isn't perfect. Remember, Lenme's peer-to-peer model often allows for more flexibility than traditional lenders. However, transparency is key. Be prepared to explain any blemishes on your credit report and consider providing additional documentation that demonstrates your ability to repay the loan, such as proof of stable income or assets. Speaking of income, that brings us to the next crucial category, your employment and income information. Lenders need to know that you have a reliable source of income to support your loan repayment. This typically involves providing details about your current employer, your job title, and your length of employment. You may also need to provide pay stubs, tax returns, or bank statements to verify your income. Think about it from the lender's perspective. They're investing their hard-earned money, and they need reassurance that they'll get it back with interest. That reassurance comes from seeing a consistent and reliable income stream. So, be prepared to provide detailed and accurate information about your employment and income. Another important aspect is your banking information. Lenders need to know where to deposit the loan funds and how to set up automatic repayments. This means you'll need to provide your bank account details, including your account number and routing number. Providing this information allows for seamless transactions and ensures that both parties are on the same page regarding loan disbursements and repayments. Now, let's talk about the loan details themselves. Lenders need to know how much you want to borrow, what you plan to use the funds for, and what repayment terms you're comfortable with. This involves providing a detailed loan request, outlining the loan amount, the purpose of the loan, and your preferred repayment schedule. Be prepared to justify your loan request and provide any supporting documentation that strengthens your case. And finally, let's discuss the importance of communication and transparency. Lenme, like any peer-to-peer platform, relies heavily on clear and open communication between borrowers and lenders. Be prepared to answer any questions that lenders may have about your loan request, and be proactive in providing updates on your financial situation. Remember, you're building a relationship with a real person, not just filling out a form. Treat the process with respect and professionalism, and you'll be more likely to secure the loan you need. This also means being honest about your financial situation. Don't try to hide any negative information, as this will only erode trust. Instead, focus on demonstrating your commitment to repaying the loan and your willingness to work with the lender. To recap, when requesting a loan on Lenme, be prepared to provide personal identification, full legal name, address, date of birth, and government-issued ID, financial background, social security number, credit report, and explanations for any credit blemishes, employment and income information, employer details, pay stubs, tax returns, and bank statements, banking information, account and routing numbers for loan disbursements and repayments, loan details, loan amount, purpose, and preferred repayment schedule, open communication, honesty, transparency, and responsiveness to lender inquiries. By having all this information ready, you'll streamline the loan request process and increase your chances of securing the funds you need. Remember, Lenme is designed to be a faster, more flexible alternative to traditional lending. But it still requires preparation and diligence. It's important to remember that every lender is different and they may request additional information. Be prepared to be flexible and responsive. The key is to be proactive and provide as much detail as possible to build trust. The world of peer-to-peer lending is evolving rapidly, and platforms like Lenme are at the forefront of this revolution. By understanding the information required and approaching the process with transparency and professionalism, you can unlock a new avenue for accessing financial assistance. Remember, it's about building a connection, a digital handshake with a real person. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.